To make something unique takes a lot of hard work. To make something not only unique, but something so special that it resonates with people all around the world require blood, sweat, tears, and perhaps years off your life. To create something that special, it's not hard to feel overpressure or burnout. But those who overcome those challenges and trials will be remembered for years after they die. To me, there's two people that immediately come to mind. One is someone I'll talk about in a later video, and the other is the man who created Kirby, Kid Icarus Uprising, and most importantly, Super Smash Bros. And with the final DLC character coming to Ultimate very soon, I think it's time to pay my respects to the man who made all this possible in the first place. Hello everyone, this is the Glass Half Full. And today, let's talk about the Super Smash Bros. Series and the man behind its creation. Now, there's already a ton of videos out there that detail how Smash came to be, but I feel as though it's necessary to go through before I talk about anything else. After developing 4 Kirby games at HAL, Sakurai was tasked to make a different game from the pink puffball, and he was given 2 options, an action-adventure game or a fighting game. He chose the latter. So he and Iwata got to work and decided to make a fighting game like no other. Instead of opting for the traditional route where the health bar goes down, the health bar goes up instead. And the higher it goes, the farther the knockback is, until eventually you hit the edge of the screen and lose a life. A concept which he developed before in Kirby, calling it the Blast Zone. Time passes and almost everything comes together. And the final thing Sakurai wanted to put in was more recognizable characters. Because these polygons, they weren't working. And then he pitched the idea to have the fighters as Nintendo icons. And after being approved by Mr. Miyamoto himself, it was time for the world to see the fighting game to rival all fighting games. Pepsi Man. Not a joke actually, this was a name they thought of. But of course, this was later changed to Super Smash Bros. 64. And 5 games and 85 characters later, we have a phenomenon. It's obvious how much Sakurai loves making games and Smash itself. From all the interviews he does and the little touches he put into every single game, like the trophy room in Melee. But his true dedication comes from each game's development cycle, and how they take every single ounce of his being to make. Every game up to 64 has some sort of story that made me feel burned out the first time I learned about it. The most well-known story everyone knows about is Melee's mere 13-month development period that made Sakurai work every single day, including the weekend and holidays. In comparison, every game after Melee took at least 26 months to develop. After the hell Sakurai went through to make Melee, he said he was done making Smash games. Until 3 years later, where Iwata revealed there's going to be a new Smash game for the Wii, and didn't tell Sakurai about it. And after talking to Sakurai again, he went back to developing Smash. After Brawl was done, Sakurai was certain that he was done making Smash games. Until 2011, where a new Smash game was revealed for the 3DS and Wii U. And development for that game got so bad that Sakurai got calcific tendinitis, which forced him to use a trackpad instead of a mouse. And then, after development for Smash 4 concluded, Sakurai stated he was finally, certainly, done making Smash games. And after 14 years of developing for the same franchise, with the Kid Icarus game in the middle, he seemed like he was for real this time, and would never develop another Smash game again. Until Smash Ultimate's development started that same year. Creating Ultimate was thankfully a lot easier than the other installments, but he did have to work with an IV drip for a while because he got food poisoning. This whole journey is insane to me. How could one man keep pushing that far for so long? Seriously, I struggle to hand in projects on time, and this man can work even if he had like terminal cancer. But I think the craziest part to me is the time it took to develop Smash 4 to Ultimate. After the rough work cycle of working on 2 different Smash games on 2 different video game hardware, it took a lot out of him, and he was very adamant about that being his final Smash game. But it turned out, right before Smash 4 concluded development, the plan to make Ultimate just began. Granted, the base game was done and he was just developing DLC characters, but my point still stands. To put in perspective, I was lying when I said Smash 5 development started the same year Smash 4 concluded. No. It started that same month Bayonetta was released. And the even crazier thing is Sakurai could have left it any single time he wanted. Hell, Iwata only wanted him to help a little on Brawl, but decided if anyone is gonna lead a Smash game, it has to be him, because he is the only one that can make a game that can live up to the ludicrous expectations of Smash fans. And not to mention, he still added more content to the games, like DLC and new modes when it came to Ultimate. Sakurai's commitment is truly unmatched, and you're never wrong not to call him a workaholic. Now the defining moment of every Smash game is of course the fighters. Everyone always talks about who should be in the roster and what their moveset should be, and yeah, it's basically the reason why Smash is so big in the first place. But I think there's a conversation that's missed every time a new fighter is revealed. And it's how much of a cultural fucking spectacle these reveals turn out to be. These reveals transcend gaming and are so unbelievably hyped up. This is mostly because after Snake was revealed in Brawl, it seemed that possibilities were endless. First, it was the obvious ones. Oh yeah, Sonic makes sense, I guess. Oh yeah, banning Timecodes helping develop the game. Of course Pac-Man's gonna be in it. But who in this godforsaken world predicted Joker? And before we knew it, anything felt possible. People were predicting characters from Sony, Microsoft, Capcom, Square Enix, Sega, Ubisoft, Blizzard, fucking Dragon Ball for some reason. Like seriously, think about how cool that is. You know, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. You see what I mean? And you know what? I'm gonna say it. Smash Bros reveals are often more hyped up than actual video game reveals. I'll say that one more time. Video games that are developed by 200 plus people with big budgets by large companies are often overshadowed by a plant in a kid's fighting game. What a timeline we live in, huh? And these rosters, man, just look at them. And it might not feel that impressive because we got so used to them, but we went from 12, 25, 36, 55 to 85. Hell, every time I look at Ultimate's roster, it just reminds me of those leaked rosters from like 10 years ago. Alright, let's get a bit personal. Because Smash played such a big role in my life, I feel like I'd dedicate a whole section just to get my point across. I was born after Melee, so my first true Smash experience was with Brawl. Now, I was a shy kid, but whenever I was at my cousin's house and someone booted up that Wii, I was always excited to play with everyone else. Fun fact, the first time I actually played Smash, I thought if you had a higher percentage, it meant you were winning. So it was kinda hard to learn that was far from the truth. It wasn't until I was 8 or 9 when my mom bought my own copy of Smash, and I thought it was so cool for having a game that was rated T. Yep, when most kids my age were playing Call of Duty or GTA, it was in fact me that was the cool one for playing Smash. And like every other Nintendo fan, I was mesmerized about everything about the game, and especially by Subspace Emissary. That story mode actually introduced me to a lot of other Nintendo franchises because at the time, I only knew about Pokemon and Mario. And yes, I main Kirby. Fight me. And although Brawl was my first Smash game, Smash 4 was the first game I kept up to until release. I was always going online and watching new videos about who the next fighter is going to be, and I used to go on the official Smash website every single day to see what kind of photo or image Sakurai posted. As sad as this might sound, those are some of the best highlights of middle school I can remember. Smash 4 is great, despite all the flack it receives nowadays. Like, yeah, there was no story mode, but I can go on my 3DS and play anywhere and destroy CPUs as my main Little Mac. Again, you can fight me. As great as that was, I think I prefer Ultimate's hype season a lot more. That 8-month build-up of the reveal trailer, the speculation, everyone is here, K-Rool, the Grinch leak, and the deconfirmation of it, World of Light, and the release, it was something to say the least. And probably one of the most hyped up launches I've ever experienced. And as someone who grew up with Brawl and Smash 4, I can safely say I liked Ultimate the most. It's the game I put the most hours in, play the best in, and where I played my first ever Smash tourney. Where I did horrible in, but it's still something. And I'm just gonna say it. World of Light is amazing. And if you disagree, we can. But what we can agree on were how exciting those ultimate reveals were. I know I said this before, but the fact that a video game character with a little slogan on the side can literally break the internet is mind-boggling to me still. And watching those reactions made me feel more at home with a community than I've ever felt before. Especially Etika's. I still miss you, man. The overall fact is, Smash helped me create all these memories that spanned for most of my life. And if at any point Sakurai decided to call quits on the series, all of these experiences would have never existed. At first glance, it may not seem like there's a lot of structure to this video, but all the topics I covered all revolve around Sakurai himself, and all these things are what makes Smash Bros. Such a big cultural icon today, and one of my favorite franchises ever. But there is one clear message this video has, and it's a love letter to Masahiro Sakurai. In the latest Nintendo Direct, it was announced that the final Smash character would be revealed on October 5th. And this hit me pretty hard because this could be the last piece of content we get before development for Smash Ultimate is over. And we might very well never see Sakurai create a Smash game ever again, or at least one in the same manner as Ultimate. So to conclude this video, I want to say, from all the trials and challenges, all the controversies and toxicity, to all the reveals and trailers, from the casual side to the competitive side, to the bad online to the somewhat better but still bad online, and the decades you put into the series, thank you, Masahiro Sakurai. And if this is your final game, have a good retirement. So, who do you think the final character's gonna be? I hope it's Bandana D.